Hey David Whitehouse, I have a question. What does it mean to meet the needs of a full range of learners at the middle level?
That's a good question. To meet their respective needs, teachers need to understand adolescence. Middle school is a major part of their adolescence. Their brains and bodies are going through a lot of development. For example, around this time students will start to form an impression of themselves and the world around them. Educators need to take into consideration the diversity in which cognitive development happens in students. Some students might be more or less developed in this regard compared to their peers. To quote the research study we read for class, to address this diversity, teachers need to provide an assortment of educational approaches and materials that are appropriate for their students' wide-ranging cognitive abilities. In other words, teachers need to properly assess their students' abilities and adapt as needed. Another way to meet the needs of middle-level learners is to recognize their physical development and how it relates to their emotional development as well. As they grow into young adulthood, adolescents' bodies go through a rapid amount of biological changes. It would probably be awkward for an animated character to go into detail about the sorts of physical changes that this process entails. So I'm gonna trust that you have at least a basic understanding. Anyway, as these changes occur, students begin to feel an increased amount of social awareness. Going back to the research study, these notable physical changes lead to increased self-awareness among young adolescents. Scholars assert that social and institutional factors influence young adolescent development. There is definitely a social-emotional aspect to physical development. Schools can help ease the process by promoting body positivity. It also helps to promote open discussion about physical development and body development. Hey Alan, this is the part where you relate the journal question to your experiences as an adolescent. I need a nap.
Thanks David. As David Whitehouse mentioned, schools should be able to have an open discussion about physical development, but that can also include discussions about the diversity in schools. Being a queer individual, I can attest to the feeling of isolation in school. I mean, even in schools today, there is so much false information about the community. For example, the litter boxes in bathrooms are for service animals. Service animals. Again, service animals, not furries. The rumor that the furries started to mock the trans community. The fact that students spread the rumor around is a testament to how much our community gets singled out. And yeah, hearing a professor believe the furry rumor rubbed me the wrong way. This is why schools need to have LGBTQ+ inclusive education. In doing so, queer youth would feel less anxiety over their identities and more support from their peers. From personal experience, I know that going through this period of development is stressful enough. Depending on circumstances, it's even harder when your feelings are different from what's considered the norm.